Hi, this is What You Waiting For, a woman's perspective on camping and survival, and this is our potato harvest number 2. Let me give you a little background on these suckers. If you haven't kept up, we had a potato in a bucket experiment this year, which was we went and got some, not buckets, but they were pots that the people were throwing away, the landscape people. So we got those. We planted Yukon Gold seed potatoes in each one, and covered it halfway with dirt. They started to grow. As they grew, we added more dirt. Okay, that was the basic stuff on YouTube. That's what I decided to try. Total experiment for us. And we just harvested about a little more than half. We harvested 6 buckets because for some reason we planted them back probably the end of March, beginning of April. They started growing. Gosh, they were growing and growing and growing. Beautiful leaves. They never flowered. And then about 3 weeks ago they started dying off. We don't know if it was from the heat or what. We watered them. We tried to baby them. Some of them are still growing, but it's like they all died off and new shoots are coming back in. So we let those ones go. The ones that did not come back and didn't have any leaves at all and they died off, we decided to harvest today. On another video, we harvested it. One of the buckets. It was hard because I'm sitting here doing the videography and everything. So this is our take on 6 buckets. We have 9 potatoes, and I'll pick one up. As you can see the size, you know, not tiny little things, but they're not like monster potatoes. But Yukon Gold isn't usually really large, so. But there's 9 potatoes. One of them I don't have here. It was like, I guess waterlogged, or maybe bugs started to get to it, and I think it was actually bugs because I found one of those big wormy things in there, and so I think that it was trying to eat it. And we harvested 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 little bitty baby potatoes. So for $5 I spent on the seed potatoes. And we did dirt. And we had to get the buckets. And we planted them. We got 9 potatoes and a couple little bite-sized things out of 6 buckets. We still have about maybe 4 or 5 buckets left that I'm going to wait and see what happens because they're starting to be green. You know, the green leaves are coming back out again. But in my opinion, this was a complete failure. I don't know if maybe buckets would have been better. I don't know if it was just too hot. But basically, I had a bucket of dirt and a potato and maybe one of those little bitty potatoes, and that was it in each bucket. There was a couple where I had 2 potatoes, but it sure wasn't the 5 to 10 potato harvest that I hear about. So I'm hoping next year we could actually do this in the ground, because now that we got our land, we're hoping to get them in the ground next year, and hopefully it'll be better, because that way we can control the heat, the moisture, all of that stuff. It was really hot this year, so maybe the heat had something to do with it. I have no idea. But our excitingness over our potato, growing potatoes in a bucket experiment has a very sad conclusion. And I sort of guessed that when we started, because if you notice my first one, I'm like, if we get a potato or 2, I'll be happy. Which I am happy we have some potatoes. But it's not just, I don't think I would do this again in a bucket, because I consider it a failure. I still have a few more buckets that they're growing the green leaves, and when those, die off, I will harvest those, and who knows? I mean, I might get the 5 to 10 potatoes. I'll be lucky to get the 2 potatoes. But anyway, I'll let you know next year. Well, I'll let you know when I harvest the other ones what happens, but I'll let you know next year, because believe me, next year we are doing it in the ground. So there's my little bitty potatoes. I mean, it's enough for maybe a stew or two. So get out there and try a potato bucket experiment yourself and see if you have better success than I do. We've had a really, 100-degree days here. Maybe in your neck of the woods, maybe it grows better. So what you waiting for? Bye.